All right, welcome into another Gun Talk Nation, the last one for the year. And for the last one of the year, we'd like to thank all our supporting sponsors of Gun Talk Nation in its first year. We'd also like to thank all the sponsors who made it possible. Airgun Depot, ATN, Caldwell, Crimson Trace, Loophole, Lockdown, Springfield Armory, and 10Me Triggers. Thank you all. Thank you for your support. And let's look positive in 2021. And for our last guest of the year, we saved the best for last for this year. Mr. Luke McCoy of USA Carry. Welcome in, sir.
What's going on? Thanks for having me.
Okay, we're going to get all the little details out. Give us the USA Carry spiel. I want you to go ahead and spit it out there. Let them know who USA Carry is.
So USA Carry is a free resource for concealed carriers.
Free.
So articles, videos, YouTube, state laws, concealed carry maps, forums, directory.
All right. So you're you're basically everything. A
little bit. Yeah.
And there's education behind it.
Yes.
Some of my favorite videos that you guys do, and you've got a YouTube channel, and it continues to grow. It's like grown leaps and bounds this year. This year's actually been a big year for you guys.
Yeah, it went from 1,000 to 100,000.
Good gosh, that's a lot.
Well, last year and a half or so.
Yeah. So, but some of the videos that I really enjoy watching that I consume off your channel are the, kind of what would you do, kind of the breakdown videos of real events.
Right.
I know why you started to do it, but what are some of the key lessons that you see as a consistent theme throughout all these videos that you do? I'm going to put you on the spot early and often.
I haven't done too many of them. I started it just because I came across a news story that I covered. They put out security footage of it, and nobody else had done a breakdown of it. So I'm like, all right, let's turn the camera on and try it. And that's the one that
was it the Walmart one?
It's the Walmart one.
Yeah.
And that one's like over 4 or 5 million views. So I was like, okay, so maybe I should do some more of these.
You should. And it's timely. And it's not necessarily that you're not an instructor.
Nope.
But you're a guy who has in-depth knowledge of practices and procedures. And it's just observations.
Right.
Is really what it is.
Right. We've been in this industry for 10 plus years or whatever. Yeah. So, and then I brought Greg, who you obviously know.
Greg Lappin, a favorite of a lot.
We did one together for the church shooting, and then went to the range and tried the shot out and stuff. So that was fun doing it with him and getting his insight. So
yeah, and our audience definitely knows Greg Lappin, and he looks at stuff different because he spends his time in that world. And I think how you and I got introduced to each other, and we didn't necessarily know each other before, within the industry. And it was a large part because of Greg and Jujutsu.
I mean, said it. Is that our one time we get to say it on this podcast?
No, we can say Jujutsu way more because honestly, it's an important skill to have. And, we were rolling together yesterday, and it's one of those, it's a perishable skill, and it's good to have. I guess it's it's kind of being close. It's a close combat type situation,
hand to hand versus just the gun.
Yeah, because we know what.
Plus, it's fun, to be honest. We can say it's
it is fun.
It's fun.
It's fun to get choked.
It is. Yeah, it is.
Guys that are listening to this going, who are these two freaks?
I had so much fun at lunch. I went back for the evening class last night. So.
I don't know what's wrong with you. But yeah, of course, Ryan didn't join us today, and that's okay with me. I'm KJ. I'm going to be your host for today. But Jiu-Jitsu, and we're going to just start out there. We're going to get to USA Carry, and we're going to talk about your 100,000 follower giveaway and all that good stuff. And we're going to talk about reciprocity because that's a big thing about what USA Carry does. But I want to talk about, getting training and to stay up on training, whether it's on the range or physical. And I think jiu-jitsu is honestly one of the best ways to understand your body and where it's at in its development.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. You saw me when I walked in there. I was 210 plus pounds, and
you were pushing more than that.
Probably. I don't know when the last time I wasn't weighing myself every day when I was
right.
210 in fat. So 210 plus.
So you were at, and see, I think a lot of people don't give, I'm not saying that every like guy who's in a gunfight has to be in shape, but I definitely think it helps your odds of surviving. Yeah. And you were a 210. We'll call you a fluffy 215.
Okay. You could actually go to one of the first person defender videos and see.
That's right.
My old self.
Yeah, you were on first person defender. That's a whole nother topic that we can cover on his FPD experience. And so, okay. Now you're sitting at what, 175, 180, right around there?
173 point something.
So yeah, but you know exactly how you're. But I mean, who's counting? I mean, geez. But you're only 2 years into this and you've lost well over 60 pounds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, I would say
it's a big change.
That's a huge change. So why did you start jiu-jitsu? And you cannot use Greg Lappin as an excuse. Like
a little bit.
No.
So I was doing Krav Maga for like 6 months when I was living in New Orleans. And then
Corona.
Not Corona. It's good. We moved over to the North Shore where we're at now.
Yep.
My ex-wife and I. And then I wanted to find something around here, but there was no Krav Maga.
Right.
Hooked up with Greg to take a Vada class. Showed up and he's like, hey, give us his little intro. You're in good hands. I got to go build a jiu-jitsu gym. He's like, hey, if you want to join, come swing by. I was like, huh, all right. And then I was doing blood work one day next door and I looked over and saw the Vada.
Oh, there it is.
I was like, there it is. Went in and signed up before they opened. And
so what number member were you?
I think I was 8 or 9.
I was 4.
Whatever. Well, you were rolling in his garage before.
Yeah.
So
I went. I can at least beat him at something.
4.
At 4, I know.
It took you so long.
But no, I think it helps you put you in the mindset that, you know, if the gun isn't always the answer.
No.
And I think that's one thing in the USA Carry videos and, you know, and something that we learn on FPD is that it's not always the answer.
Right.
And that's such a hard lesson for guys to learn because I'll be honest with you. I could walk into a room and I could go, okay, I feel like I'm pretty safe. I feel like I'm a tough guy before jiu-jitsu. Now I don't even think about that. I'm like
scanning for ears.
I'm scanning, looking at guys' ears like, oh my gosh. Like that's something that I would never been keyed in on. If a guy has cauliflower ears, like give him a wide berth.
Right.
But I don't know. I think it puts me in a better mindset.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You got to get that Corona stuff out of here.
I know, right?
We're laughing about it, but it's not a joke.
Yeah, there's no Joe Rogan test before this podcast.
I know.
That kind of operation is.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was hoping to get a free test.
I checked his temperature with my hand on his mouth yesterday.
Yeah.
Shut your mouth. But no, it's just being in a good physical shape is important. And I know, you know, there's outlier health issues that don't allow a lot of people, but if I could encourage you to do anything and to make your survivability in an altercation or just out in the wild, find something.
Yeah, something. Jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, jiu-jitsu is a pretty good way to start. You know what? On that topic, so, you know, I was talking about, you know, and I felt pretty good about myself, like before jiu-jitsu, like I would have gotten handled easily because one thing jiu-jitsu does for you is that you get very uncomfortable. You get comfortable at being uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, it's always, you know, Clint Smith says, never learn new shit in a gunfight. Never learn new skills.
Right.
Like that, you're not going to pick them up just because you watch John Wick.
Right.
Same goes for hands-on.
Yeah.
What'd you think the first day you walked in a jiu-jitsu gym and Greg tied you into little knots?
I liked it, but it was way.
That's not what I thought.
It was way out of my comfort zone, but I was like, all right, I'm coming back tomorrow because this is awesome. But yeah, I was smoked.
Yeah,
like on the verge of puking, just doing like front rolls and
shit. I did not expect the first words out of your mouth to be, I liked it.
I did. Kept going back.
Jeez.
there on the first class. I think I went to every class that first week.
You did. I think, it's an interesting journey. And I highly recommend it for everybody. Find a good gym, and the community's welcoming.
Right. It's like a whole new family.
And you definitely have to leave your ego you have to leave your ego at the door, because to be honest with you, there's times when the smallest guy in the room is going to be the toughest.
Right.
And we've been tied in little tiny knots by those guys, and it's a very humbling experience. But let's switch modes, because I know these guys are going like, oh God, great.
This is
two dudes talking about rolling around on the ground with other dudes. Let's switch modes. Let's touch on your experience with first person offender, and how you kind of envisioned it. And I guess I kind of want to know, like, did you imagine your gunfight going the way it did? Because you and a buddy who is also a Jujutsu family member of ours, you guys kind of had it out here in the office, really. In the FPD.
I was at the house.
Oh, you were at the house.
The office was Ryan and Billy, right?
It was Billy. Yeah, that's right. I'm doing a whole different one. You were at the house, running through the house, protecting your child, and Greg smoked you right in front of the face. That's right. Okay. I was getting all
I had visions of like, it's going to go better than it actually did. I was like, I know it's Greg, but
you got shot in the eye, pretty much.
In the hands and the face. Yeah.
Well, and it does have to be mentioned that
it's just stressful. Like, all that adrenaline hitting. And I remember just the first time it hit, we're in bed, grab the gun, slowly going to the bedroom door and poking out. And by that time, he's already there and sending rounds down. And then I got back in, went to a knee, came back out, and he's dead.
He's still there.
He knew where I was.
He knew what you were doing. I mean,
I'm like, did I hit you? And he's like,
you had blanks.
I'm like, this is not fair, man. I'm like, I know I would have hit you.
Man, he hit you a lot.
Yeah, he did.
He did. But you never realize like how you always kind of try to picture how your gunfight goes. And I'm going to bring up Clint Smith again, because he's got a lot of great sayings out there. But he says he always envisions the absolute worst happening. He's picturing malfunctions. And so that's what he works on the range. He pictures tripping over or stubbing his toe.
Curbs.
Oh, the
curves.
Oh my gosh.
Like Ryan did.
Ryan. Yeah. He's that's shocking, but your footwork and everything has to play, but you don't realize that when you're in the moment, that you think, man, I'm going to John Wick this. Right. I'm going to have a perfect 2-hand grip.
Right.
I can see my sights. I put every shot on target, and man, after going through FPD and watching it all play out and being on the bad guy end, it never goes that way.
No.
I don't think I've seen one go flawlessly.
Yeah, I forget what happened. There was an issue with something when I was at the grocery store. Like, we did the first one and it did not go right or something. Like,
no, it didn't go right because there was a gun malfunction, and he goes to start clearing it, and he dropped the mag, and I mean, that stuff will happen,
right?
Because you start to lose that dexterity and those fine adjustments in your vision, right. and what your hands are what your brain is telling your hands to do might not happen,
right?
I mean, okay, so first scenario goes horrible for you, but you did good on the second scenario. What changed?
I moved faster because he was saying, your purpose is to get down that hall, get to my son, and get back to the bedroom. So instead of the gun being in the dresser, it was on the dresser, so you can grab it and go, bust through my bedroom door to get to the door in the hallway to see the front door. He didn't make it there in time, so I dropped him right there. I dropped him right here.
Yeah. Everything goes perfect.
Yeah.
And that's how we kind of like to do things. I mean, we there's learning moments, but a lot of times the learning comes after the fact. Like, it comes a week, 2 weeks after, when you're sitting there in your living room.
Well, that's what it was. Yeah. You went straight home, and now I'm looking at my house like, all right, so if they come in the front door, how exactly am I getting to my son's room through the living room and kitchen? And
right.
So you start thinking about all that stuff. So you should be doing anyway. But.
You should be. And How
but
often
going through that experience kind of makes you think of some things differently, like,
right?
You know what I mean?
Well, how often do you clear your house now? How often do you go through and you visually pinpoint your problem areas?
I've probably done it once or twice since I moved into the new place.
Yeah.
So,
but
you know,
that's probably a lot more than what
it.
people are doing.
Right.
But have you located your problem areas where you're going to have problems pieing the corner or
no?
No,
I probably
there are no weak areas in my apartment.
No, it's all covered. I got mirrors everywhere.
Really?
No, I'm joking.
That'd be impressive. If you were designing your perfect house for self-defense purposes, what would it look like? Straight hallways?
Yeah, just straight hallway. Right.
No
mirrors.
Doors, just a straight hallway.
Right.
I can see all the way out. No windows on the outside. That's one thing that I don't realize often enough. And we went through, so I went through a gun sight course, and we're clearing the house in the final few days of the class. And they said I did a way better job shooting at night with no vision than I did during the day. So I don't know what that says about my shooting. But the one problem area that I had was paying attention to the windows. So, if you're going by a window,
right,
there could be someone outside that window.
Not mine.
Well, not yours.
I'm on the 3rd floor.
What being on the 3rd floor is a lot different. But you're not in your mom's basement?
No, I'm not. No, you're right though.
But you see what I'm saying? It's like you could be coming around that corner and you might just notice an open window and be like, okay, no one's in that room. There could be someone sitting right outside that window.
Right.
And that was one of my problem areas. And one of the things that I often forget about. And when I clear my house, like I have to say to myself, and yes, I clear my house as practice. And as I should recommend you do. Now, if I had to clear my house, like I would not do it by myself. And honestly, if I came home and there was no one I loved in the house and I thought someone was in there, I'm out.
Yeah.
There's nowhere. I don't need to go in there.
Nope.
They can take whatever they want.
That's what insurance is for.
Yeah. But there's a couple things I would like to have. Please don't take.
Get a gun safe.
Yeah. Well, I've got a gun safe.
I know you do.
Damn it. Come on. But no, I mean, I don't know. It's just little things you think of, like bump in the night. How am I going to clear this house? Because my house is full of like open areas and then some smaller areas. And like, how do you recognize those transitional areas? It's just, what you should do
is practicing that stuff, like taking those courses with Greg, like how your footwork walking through and in and out of doorways and getting out of the middle of the doorways, stuff you don't think about or realize until you go through
like
a class like that.
How often I've only done this twice and I sucked at it, was clearing my house in the middle of the night with a flashlight. Because that's more than likely when you're going to probably have to do it.
Right. Not 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
No, it's all sunny throughout the house. I don't have to turn on any lights. Do you turn on a light? Where do you flash your flashlight? Because Greg showed some stuff.
Painting stuff off the ceiling.
Yeah.
That's
freaking ridiculous. Like that's some SEAL stuff right there. Like,
right.
But I mean, he's an operator. He operates. Right. But maybe that's what we should do. So if we're designing a house,
have him design
the house based on tactics.
Yeah.
That's actually smart. We should start making blueprints. Okay, I'm trademarking all of this. This is on the air. I'm trademarking it. We're gonna, seriously.
We're trademark.
Yeah, we're trademarking.
Okay,
we'll trademark it.
All right.
We'll tag team this up with Greg Lappin, our house designer. He's also now a house designer. Yeah. He just doesn't know it yet. But no, like seriously, think about that. Having someone design the blueprints of your house so it makes it easier on you to clear or to get into. There's got to be something out there like that.
I'm sure. People that have money to spend on stuff like that, I'm sure have.
But it would just sell blueprints. Just design blueprints and sell the blueprints.
Somebody's Googling right
Yeah.
now.
Hey, but if you're Googling it, let me know. Seriously, I want to know about this stuff. But anyway, our guest today is Mr. Luke McCoy of USA Carry. All right, let's start talking about some USA Carry stuff and what you guys are doing in the Reciprocity, because you have the maps, and I think that's so helpful because I've done it on trips where I'm like, okay, I forget, can I carry in this state? Okay, I'm driving to Iowa. My gun permit is allowed in these states.
Right.
That makes it so easy.
Yeah, that was the point of it. That's one of the first things I built in 2007 when I launched the site. And that's what kind of helped take it off because nobody had maps like that back then that were interactive and you click around and add multiple permits and stuff like that. So it's just staying on top of the laws and checking state pages to see if they're changing stuff. It hasn't been too much this year, but
right. Well,
change.
You might be busy in the upcoming years.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean,
for sure.
With and one thing, and a lot of guys are going to listen to this and they go, well, usacarry.com, I can look at the map one time and I can know.
Yeah, but it changes. So like in June, Nevada dropped 3 or 4 states. So how do you know that?
So they dropped 3 or 4 states of like they will not recognize.
Right. So I think like Oregon's one. So if you had an Oregon permit, you can't carry in Nevada anymore. So if you didn't realize that, you thought in February you could, but in July you can't.
So this interesting because a lot of guys won't do this is they won't continue to keep up with it, and maybe they travel to Nevada a lot.
You print out the maps, throw it in your car, and then it's out of date. So
that would suck. Showing up the airport. I wonder how that goes across.
Yeah, that'd be an issue.
I mean, because that's where I think about it. It's basically saving your butt is crossing those states in an airplane.
Right.
I mean, because in a car, you kind of just, don't tell anybody. Right. Just leave it in the car. In a plane, you've got to declare it.
Mm-hmm.
So what's that process like? I mean, not necessarily the declaration of the firearm within the airline.
It's been easy. I've flown a lot this year and flown with just pistols or my pistol.
Yeah.
My Rattler.
Yeah.
It's been I haven't had any issues. You go up, declare it, sign a little piece of paper, toss it in there.
Right.
Make sure there's no ammo in it. Make sure everything's unloaded.
I get that. And we've talked about that a lot. But what happens what's a state going to do? If you show up and you've got a pistol, obviously it's for concealed carry, what's going to happen?
I mean, I would assume you can get arrested. I don't know specifically. I remember seeing some stories, I think in like New Jersey or New York, a lady or something had been arrested for that. So yeah, know your laws if you're traveling for sure.
Yeah. That stresses me out.
I never went somewhere to where I guess I wasn't even recognized. So I guess I pick my states wisely.
I mean,
I've only go to places where I can carry.
Right.
Like I have no use to go to New Jersey ever, I don't think.
Oh, the fine folks of New York. Oh, they're in a mess.
So
I don't know. It's a little frustrating to me, and especially with the likely Biden. I hate even saying those words. Administration coming in, we know a lot's going to change, but it's going to change more on a national level, right? Wouldn't you expect?
I think so. Like I don't know how how he would affect reciprocity because that's all by the states,
right? But will states follow the national kind of the national, I guess, the president's agenda and say,
let's hope not.
Well, yeah, let's hope not.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know. It infuriates me just a little bit to know that we're coming into a new administration and there's so many unknowns right now. And reciprocity is one of the biggest ones because there's a lot of states out there that say, this is the way it is. We're going by state law. Mm-hmm. And we're not going to. So national reciprocity, not going to happen.
I've been saying that since Trump's been in. I don't ever see that happening. I definitely don't see that happening.
Oh, it won't happen.
The next 4 years now. Yeah. Like we said before, like how are you going to make California
accept
from Louisiana to carry guns all over the place? They're never gonna let that happen.
No.
So
I don't know what kind of pisses me off more, that or the suppressors being illegal or without a tax stamp. I mean, they're legal, but you have to go through this whole big process. I don't know which one makes me more mad. I think, if you had to choose to have national reciprocity, or you don't have to do a tax stamp for like suppressors, what would you pick?
I'm leaning toward the suppressor part because I just go to states that I have reciprocity in, so I'm good right now.
But no, like that. But think of how many states that opens up for you.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I hear you.
No,
I hear you.
So you'd take the NDA, no tax stamp, like
probably not. I'll go with the reciprocity. I don't buy that many suppressors. Like I've got one that I bought, and I was like, finally got it a year later.
Right?
I don't ever.
Or national reciprocity.
I hardly ever play with that thing. So
why not, dude? They're so awesome.
I don't know. I think the last time I used it on a review, just because it was a Springfield Armory, had a threaded barrel. I'm like, oh, cool. I'll use it. In the review.
I can use it. Right. I'm guessing that's probably the XDM Elite
Tactical,
the FDE version,
yes.
Right? Oh yeah, I kind of thought that might be it. But yeah, I think I would choose national reciprocity because then I see the folds of the states like starting to accept, like, okay, the Second Amendment, one, it is going to stay here, but we got to do our part. So, but yeah,
I just don't see that ever happening. So, I think.
So do you, I can go down this rabbit hole forever. So do you think we'll see no tax stamps for suppressors before we will national reciprocity? Or we'll never see either of them?
I'd lean toward the tax stamp, seeing that go away before national reciprocity.
Yeah, we're not.
I don't think we'll see either of them, but if I have to pick one.
But a boy could dream.
Yeah, exactly.
Jeez. All right. That's all our time. Hey, talk a little bit about your because you're doing a giveaway right now, and where do they go to find out about it? Where do you
not launched yet. I'm going to be doing a video this week or next week to announce it, so it'll be on my YouTube channel. You'll find it on usacarry.com.
All right.
So it's the 100K YouTube. I hit 100K a month ago or so. So you're winning my carry setup. So
I've seen his carry setup. It's actually really sweet.
Glock, Henry holster, bag, red dot, sights, flashlight, Leatherman. I think there's some other stuff.
Everything.
Except the Rattler.
Oh, come on.
I know. People are like, are you going to give away the Rattler too? I'm like,
yeah.
No.
Why not?
I'll give you a bag to get your own to put it in.
Gee, thanks.
That works.
Great. I'll go fill out the tax stamp.
Right. And no, you don't have to. The pistol.
Oh, it's the pistol.
Yeah. But you're still not I'm not giving that away.
Oh, come on.
Sorry.
Come on.
This isn't gun talk over here.
Yeah. Well,
so yeah, that'll be launched in a week or two. So I'll probably run that for a couple months.
Yeah.
Just to give back to everybody. Pretty nice little setup.
Giving back, helping us little people. Am I eligible to win?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, yes. Sure. Oh, I hope I win. If I win, dude, that would be so awesome. And like the best part is he has to announce me as the winner, the official winner.
I'll come on the podcast and announce you as the winner.
Yes. All right. It's already set in motion. I'm going to win this 100K giveaway.
Big pink Glock 19.
Oh, I'll take it. Better believe I'll take it. Right. But we got, but again, thank you to all our sponsors. This is Gun Talk Nation. That was that entertaining half hour of your life was brought to you by all our fine folks: Airgun Depot, ATN, Caldwell, Crimson Trace, Loophole, Lockdown, Springfield Armory, and Timney Triggers. Guys, have a great year. Let's start 2021 strong. Get out there. And man, stand up for those Second Amendment rights, because that's almost all we got. So stick up for each other and enjoy the new year.